Which circle of the infernal spiral does this person come from? Watching Shame on the airplane. Loli next to me keeps looking at my screen. How do you discreetly watch a movie on the plane? Calling actual children. Local weeboo upset about Japan not being their fantasyland. Japan is finished. It is becoming your average American vassal state. Age of consent increased. Immigration increased. Gay unions. Feminism and gender talks increasing. It's only a matter of a few years before Japan becomes a wasteland like Sweden. Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building illuminated with rainbow lights to celebrate same-sex partnerships. Age of consent increased. Why I'm not surprised this guy is a pedo. This neckbeard wants kawaii Sharia law. My ideal society is a fusion of Iran and Japan. It would have anime and Japanese girls, but those girls would be governed under Islamic law and wouldn't be able to talk back to the head of their household. The kawaii aspect combined with the female submissiveness would be perfect. Neckbeard movie review. On her deathbed. Instead of thinking about her children and husband of 70 years, she thinks of some homeless dude who fucked her in a boat trip for 2 days. Millions of women consider this a great love story. Why are women like this? TBF, he's not wrong. Like she literally goes to Titanic heaven and sees him. Is that so much to ask? Still haven't found a goth thick 6'0" GF that loves you unconditionally and gives you support and backup, that also plays video games but not too much so she also has time to be your mom, huh? Happy Halloween. I think I nailed it. Not so much a smile as it is a wince. The backstory: he is a pretty major stalker of hers. Showed up at restaurants, her home, followed her around. My man looks like a real-life Chris Griffin. Neckbeard. Maybe nice guy. Definitely incel lol. If and quat. Used in quat. Vagina logic was used on men. The penis of a virgin. Penis is still large and healthy. It hasn't been crushed inside dozens of vaginas and will one day make the right woman a very happy wife. The penis of a man who has had multiple sexual partners. Penis has shriveled down to less than 1/3 of its original size due to vaginal pressure and will no longer be able to pleasure any woman. She is absolutely in love. Signs that she likes you. She always offers you chewing gum and deodorant. Whenever you approach her, she becomes quiet and distant, because she is nervous. She talks about her and quat boyfriend and quat all the time to make you jealous. NB attempts to intimidate hospital worker.
So what I need you to do right now is, I'm not real comfortable with you being this close to this stuff, so I'm going to back up a little bit.
Good.
I'm going to back up.
Back up. Right all the way to your desk.
No, I will not do it. Would you please call security? Call it, or this is threatening behavior. We need an officer in here.
You dared humiliate me. You think you can do that?
My guy thinks he's tough intimidating an older woman who has clearly handled much worse than this fat sack of cum socks. Government, please provide me with a wife for breeding. I have been thinking a lot about this, and there really is no reason I should not have a girlfriend, and I genuinely think I am entitled to one. You're probably ugly and have bad hygiene. False. I shower on the daily and am quite attractive. You probably don't have a job or a stable income. Again false. I make $80 yearly. While many here make more, this is more than enough to live comfortably and support a family. You don't know how to talk to women. Once again false. I have studied women for quite some time and am quite familiar with their thought patterns and mannerisms. Women don't owe you anything. Yep, you guessed it, false. As a well-functioning, contributing member of society, it is of the nation's best interest I obtain a wife and breed by high IQ genes for the next generation. I understand women are largely impulsive and still rely on their evolutionary desires in picking a mate. Remember, I have studied them for quite a while now. These urges, however, lead them to low IQ thugs who are incapable of even sticking around for the child, and thus leads to a single mother epidemic we have now. proving that women cannot be trusted in picking a suitable mate for themselves. We've let women have their freedom for years now and we are seeing the effects of it in a decaying society. The government must step in and regulate marriages and I am a prime example of someone who deserves a wife. Curious to know what you guys think? End quote. I have studied women for a long time. End quote. Unless a person saying this is an anthropologist of some kind, this statement alone elevates them to neckbeard in chief status. Gross. I was told he left the car wearing a fedora, so does this count here? An incel's dream dinner party. Ask, think, believe, speak, fight. Believe. They need one more guy for spell. Jesus Christ. Here's the thing with girls 22 or under, they smell massively different to a girl of 28. Girls 16 to, say, 23 have this creamy, buttery, slightly sweet smell that is unbelievably magnetic. The fuck? Court News UK. Nurse who set off fire alarm to see colleague's breasts bounce as she ran down the corridor is facing end of his career. Court News UK. Company. UK, nurse who want. Stumbled across this on another website. Could smell the bearded neck in the first line. There is a guy in my DMs that's just a little too nice and he seems boring. I found an exciting guy who is great at sex and makes me feel dangerous. We didn't use contraceptives and now I am pregnant with the baby of a guy who won't return my phone calls or texts. All men should have mandatory ICS vasectomies. Some helpful tips for the neckbeards among us. A Guy's Guide to Female Body Language. IAM available for a conversation. I'm glad you joined the conversation. I was having 1 AM playing. Hard to get. IAM having a great time talking to you. AM available for a conversation. IAM playing. Hard T0 get. Please tell me more. IAM very interested. I would love to hear about your opinions. 1 AM a huge bitch. And probably a lesbian anyway. Kendra Wells.